Live the Dream Media.
Does your ordinary radio feel a little limited? If you're looking for a new way to listen, it's time for a fresh start. Introducing the Live the Dream Media app, your premier destination and a new level up for digital radio. Over the last 2 years, we've found new ways to ensure your digital radio experience is the best it can possibly be. From live podcasts that spark new perspectives to a 24/7 soundtrack of live music, and even our built-in merch store. We've built a platform that is convenient, high quality, and simple to navigate. But we're only just getting started. Catch all of our shows weekly and join the Live the Dream Media family today and help us change the airwaves forever. Download it for free on the App Store or Play Store today. Live the dream. The dream starts now.
Your favorite radio just got bigger, bolder, and better connected. Live the Dream Media is revolutionizing how you stay tuned in. With our explosive growth in online radio and our brand new mobile app, your entertainment goes wherever you do. Stream your favorite shows, discover new hits, and connect with audiences across the digital landscape, all at your fingertips. Advertisers, don't miss out. Join our expanding digital network and reach engaged listeners across platforms. Download the Live the Dream Media app today and experience radio reimagined.
Thank you for tuning in to the Live the Dream Media Network. We've got an incredible slate of live podcasts waiting for you every week right here on our app. Get your morning started right with Wake Up, hosted by Christopher DeSimone, airing Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 a.m. The momentum continues every Monday morning at 9 with the Marana and Oro Valley Experience, hosted by David Samorano and Clint Peak, followed by Truth and Tell with Blair Lametti and Summer Smeaton at 10:30 a.m. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, join us at 9 a.m. for Southwest Flavor, and don't miss Sobriety, Spirituality, and Sales every Tuesday from 10 to 11 a.m. Every Wednesday at 9 a.m., Bruce Ash brings you the Inside Track, and we wrap up the week every Friday at 9 a.m. with former NBA player Bob Elliott on The Bob Elliott Show. It's all happening live every week. Stay tuned, stay informed, and keep living the dream.
Hey everybody, it's Chris.
Hey, it's David Samorano.
Hey guys, it's Clint Peak over here.
Hi, I'm Blair Lametti Mathias.
And I'm Summer Smeaton.
Hey, I'm Ron Arenas.
And I'm Will Peña.
Hey guys, I'm Mike Curry.
And I'm Mike Bader.
Hi there, I'm Bruce Ash.
Hi, Ed Wilkinson here.
Hi, this is Bob Elliott.
We are Live the Dream Media. Watch and listen to all of our shows Monday through Friday, only on the Live the Dream Media Network.
Hey, you found us on your feed. Are you wondering what Live the Dream Media does? I'm going to explain it to you. Let's go. First and foremost, Live the Dream Media is a premier digital advertising and marketing agency, but that's not all we do. We have also become one of the largest live streaming podcast platforms in the region with our own online radio station.
Good morning. Good morning. Here we are with another episode of Southwest Flavor. Will Peña here, filling in for Ron today, who's out on, was he on maternity leave? What's going on with Ron? Anybody know?
Yeah, I thought he was going on a little vacation up to Pine Top.
Maybe.
With Janae.
Maybe it's what he's doing.
No, the guy's double booked. He's an entrepreneur. He's all over the place.
Is he?
I think he's getting ready for his next race as well. So he's kind of triple booked, I guess.
All right. So, hey, you just heard the voice of Dr. Joe. Dr. Joe's co-hosting with me here, friend of the program.
Absolutely.
How you doing this morning, Joe?
Fantastic, Will. Good to be with you again. I've been working with Ron for Man, we've known each other for about a decade now, and happy to help.
Yeah, I hear you fix them up all the time.
I do my best. He breaks, he knocks them down, I pick him up.
Attaboy. Hey, so Dr. Joe, we got today a really good friend of mine, TRAK Ranch. The big cowboy, we call him, the big cowboy. Some people call him Scooter. But here with Mr. Scott Tilley, welcome.
Thank you.
Awesome.
I brought Smooch too. He's outside entertaining Chris right now.
Is he?
Yeah, and Ted.
And
they were going to get him loaded up for me. I think that'd probably be the best video we could catch all year. I don't know if anybody can get out there and catch that on video.
I
right
hope
now.
somebody's filming that.
No, this is great. This is old school Tucson. I come here. I'm not from here. My wife's a third generation Tucsonan, and I can just imagine the old Wild West days when you come up to a place and he tied up this little horse, donkey. You tell me.
Miniature donkey.
Miniature donkey up to the pole there, and I'm like, whoa! Did I just get transported back in time right now? What's going on here?
Well, the condition of the parking lot out there, like our Tucson roads, I was like right back to the Wild West.
It felt like it, didn't
it?
It
did.
It did.
Yeah.
It did.
It's a dirt parking lot now, so I was like, hey, I'm right at home.
Yeah. Awesome. So, Scooter, what's going on at TRAK Ranch right now?
Oh man, the big move. It's going to start on Monday, and then April 7th we got asked to join that Power Hour breakfast at Gap Ministries and the Miracle Center. So we're super jazzed about that. Would like to invite everybody to come participate in that breakfast and supports really good causes.
Awesome, yeah. So for those out there that don't know, can you just give us a really brief summary of why you're moving and where you're moving?
Oh man,
just brief.
I don't know how I could do that briefly. So we're moving about 200 yards south of where we are right now. To a county facility. So it's going to be a big lift, moving all the corrals, round pen, hay barn, outbuildings and stuff like that. We're very, very close to securing all the permits with Peña County. So, it begins. So we're trying to raise money for that big move. Probably going to cost close to $350,000 to do everything that we're going to need to get done. So. We're really on a push to raise a bunch of money, so any help and support goes a long ways. Obviously, it's tax season. We are a qualifying charitable organization, so you can get dollar for dollar off those Arizona state taxes.
Okay. And where can they go and find that?
You can find that right on our website. Just go to traktucson.org, and that's TRAK, tucson.org. And the donation button is right there. It'll kick out your tax letter for your accountant right away. It's $987 for a married couple and $470 for a single-headed household.
Yeah, no brainer, right?
Yeah. Dollar for dollar.
So can you tell us undereducated people a little bit more about TRAK? So my wife was telling me, and she's, like I said, she's a native Tucsonan, and I was a little unfamiliar with it, but can you tell me kind of where you're at currently and really some of the services that you guys offer and provide people?
Right. Yeah. We're located right next to Green Things and Nursery, so right off of River Road, right in that Brandy Fenton Park area where River kind of changes into Alvernon. And the services we provide are, a lot. We do a lot of community service work. We have animal assisted life skills. We have equine assisted learning, riding lessons. Bunch of different other programs, Tiny Trailblazers, Buckaroos. Tiny Trailblazers are those under 2-year-old
Oh, wow.
programs. So that's kind of like an introduction to our farm animals. And, that stay-at-home parent or caregiver or whatever, it's a 6-week program. Our little Buckaroos are hand-led horse rides for those kids that are 7 years old and under. So we literally have programs for 18-month-old to our elders. Okay. So cool thing about TRAK is that because we do a lot of community service work, you'll have kids with and without specific challenges. We'll come in, learn how to handle the animals, and then we take them out into the community, and they become the service providers.
Oh, that's cool.
It's really empowering. It gives them, problem-solving skills, common sense, a work ethic, compassion, and really start to understand what a community is all about from a young age. So as they get older, they might have that compassion to hire that autistic person in their business to take the trash out, or to do their graphic designing, or whatever niche that they might have. We have kids from all walks. We have a lot of foster kids that come through the programs. We have respite programs. We just secured a Centurions grant for foster kids to come through. So we're collaborating with Gap Ministries and Rise, their foster programs, and to get a steady flow of foster kids coming through the program.
That's awesome. Yeah, give them some hands-on experience.
Yeah, that's great. So tell us, I know you've had a lot of kids long term. I mean, you've seen some really mature in the whole process. To tell us about that.
Well, kind of. I've had kids that like I said, just normal kids that just kind of struggling to find their way. Right. Started with me when they're young. Grow up in the program. I've got 2 young ladies right now that are working for me that started with me when they're 8 and 9 years old. I've got another autistic boy that does all of our farrier work, and I've told that story on this radio, before podcast. He came in very young age, really just had a knack with the horses, was really intrigued by watching me do the horse hooves and trim their feet, and so he learned how to do it. We sent him to George Goods, the Tucson Farrier School, got him certified, and now every Friday he shows up like clockwork, and we've got 60 hooved animals.
Wow!
And he maintains all those animals. So he's got, he's a productive member of society now.
Yeah, no,
that's awesome.
Yeah,
and we have many of those stories.
Yeah, absolutely. And you even get a lot of kids from out of the state, right?
Yeah, actually, we do. We have a large autism audience that comes in to give like specialized treatments, and it's really a special program that we offer because we want to meet these folks on their time schedule. Right. It's not that hey, you travel from another state, you come out here, you're already disrupted already. I want them when they come to the ranch to be at their best, right? I want, if they have to, eat their breakfast, or whether they have specific routines that they have to go through, even when they travel. And so I open my schedule up to those clients to be on their schedule. And we usually do 2 treatments a day, and it's usually a week long. The whole family comes out. It's more like a family vacation instead of a treatment. The cool thing about my place is a lot of these families that have an autistic child have other siblings that don't have autism, but they get drug along to all these different treatments, and they have to sit on the sideline and kind of watch all of this cool, unique things that they do, but yet can't participate. So over time, they tend to build a resentment toward that, right?
Yeah.
But at TRAK Ranch, we include the whole family. And I can't tell you how many times I've had parents just break down when I reach out and say, hey, what can I do for you? How can I help you?
Right.
And they're just like, nobody has ever asked me that. So these families continue to return to TRAK, and it's more like a vacation for them than it is, than a treatment session. So they'll come out for the week. They'll spend a week long with me. We do 2 sessions a day. We set them up at a suite. We have partnerships with JW Marriott companies here in town. Okay. Set them up with a suite so that, because a lot of them have special dietary needs. We have a list of restaurants that have gluten-free stuff, thanks to Pat Hirsch. We've kind of set this up for them. JSX Air is a personalized air company.
I've seen those guys online.
That really, their staff is trained for autistic people. They have a quiet room. You can literally drive your vehicle right to the tarmac. They have the rental car right there. And these families that travel with them regularly, they know them by name. They know the child by name. They give them their special blanket. They give them their teddy bear or whatever they want. They really, really cater to these families. And it just makes the whole process just phenomenal. It's a phenomenal experience for these families. So, very powerful stuff that we've accomplished in 19 years of business, and I'm very proud of it. Very proud.
Awesome. All right. Well, look, we're going to take a quick commercial break here. Let's get a word from our sponsors, which I think we're all sitting here. Right? So let's go ahead, and we'll be back in just a bit, and we're going to see what kind of animals he's got out at that ranch.
Oh, look out.
All right. We'll be right back.
In Marana, community isn't just where we live, it's who we are. And at the heart of it all is the Marana Chamber of Commerce. We are building a thriving community through connected business leadership. We start the month bright and early with Marana Mornings, sparking real conversations and connections. We celebrate growing networks at our 4th Tuesday mixers, hosted in exciting spaces. We unite visionaries and leaders at Impact Marana, driving meaningful progress together. We look ahead with Marana Insights, hearing directly from regional voices about what's next for our town. And we serve through the passion of our board of directors and ambassadors, creating a culture of belonging through service and leadership. Because of our members, we're not just doing more, we're becoming more. Together, we're shaping the future of Marana. We are the Marana Chamber of Commerce.
Estrella Insurance on Irvington Road will help you with all your insurance needs. If you feel like you have a hard case due to a moving violation, a DUI, a suspended license or a car accident, contact us and come to Estrella Insurance on Irvington Road and get a quote today. Open late hours y hablamos español. Estrella Insurance, an agency you can trust.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
Spring is in the air and our warm temperatures are about to turn hot. Now is the time to take advantage of pre-summer savings before the hot summer weather. Picturox Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing is offering 5-year, no-interest financing on the installation of green HVAC systems, OAC. Call now for your free estimate, 520-492-0748, or make your appointment online at picturoxcooling.com.
Picturox Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
Piper Family Painting. We believe great paint does more than just change a color. It protects a home and the people inside of it. From careful prep to the final coat, our team shows up with pride, precision, and respect for your property. We don't rush, we don't cut corners. We paint it like it's our own home, because in this Tucson community, it is. Piper Family Painting, bringing new colors to the Old West.
Therapeutic Ranch for Animals and Kids is an inclusive community empowered and united by the strength of the human-animal bond.
It taught me responsibility. It taught me kindness and social interaction.
We have programs for every member of our community.
I love TRAK because I have 2 daughters. We come out here and get all of our energy out.
TRAK is my home away from home.
You can make a donation or even become a monthly donor.
Thank you for supporting TRAK, Tucson's Ranch. We hope to see you here soon.
All right, we are back with Southwest Flavor here on the Live the Dream Media Network. Dr. Joe and I are talking with our good friend here from TRAK Ranch. We affectionately call him the Big Cowboy.
The Big Cowboy.
The Big Cowboy. All right.
And my cute little...
And your cute little donkey.
He's outside.
You know, we could actually say your cute little ass.
I guess, you told me that.
We're not, we can.
Not regulated by
not
FCC
regulated right now. No.
The ass is in the Bible, so I think we're okay on that.
Yeah, we're all right. All right.
Yeah, we got the check mark on that.
Well,
one.
in that case, he is the cutest little ass in Tucson.
Isn't he though? Yeah. So when we left, we were talking about obviously TRAK Ranch. And can you tell us a little bit about the different animals you have there? Of course, my favorite stories are always the ones that involve the chicken.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You're a chicken guy.
Well, not quite the type you pet and stuff, but...
The kind that you baste and then smoke a little longer.
Right. But no, I've heard some really good stories about how people connect even with the chickens.
Yeah. probably one of my fondest connections was being chased by a rooster when I was younger. So you never been more terrified in your life being chased by a rooster as a kid.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah.
But we've got probably about 60-ish animals on the property. 22 full-size horses, and then we've got some miniature horses, miniature donkeys, potbelly pigs.
Oh, awesome.
Sheep, goats, chickens, ducks, rabbits, guinea pigs. We used to have a turkey, but he was a little too big. The kids were definitely scared to walk in there with that big old bird in there. He was super nice, but yeah. And then we've got your favorite that you have breakfast with on Wednesdays usually.
I always bring Grandpa.
His grandpa, the Saint Bernard.
Yeah.
He starts his service dog training. Actually, I think next week.
Awesome.
So,
awesome.
We're there with him. All that stuff starts to begin with him. We've got a couple of wiener dogs that frequent the place, Cooper and Dookie, and then we have a rescue dog that had been hit by a car that came from PAC that literally had displaced his back, broken back, and so my wife, she's kind of a sucker for these animals that have these challenges. So she brought him home. He was kind of crab crawling for like the first couple of weeks. And I was like, oh my gosh, what are you doing with this dog? And, just over time and going to the ranch every day and getting up and moving around, he runs around the ranch now. You can't even hardly tell the dog's ever been hit.
Wow.
It's phenomenal.
That's
so
awesome. Yeah.
we do provide therapeutic services. Our acronym is TRAK, but it's Therapeutic Ranch for animals and kids.
Right.
So we have a lot of special needs animals as well. So a lot of these, a lot of our clients can relate to them, whether it's, some arthritis in some of our older horses. We used to have a blind horse that was kind of the one that really started this program.
Yeah.
His name was Little Bit. But we've had just, a lot of really special animals over the years come through the program to, teach kids how to ride and teach kids how to do ranch stuff. And, the therapeutic services that we provide from just, we were talking at break, we do equine assisted learning, which is with the larger animals, but we also have an animal assisted life skills program. So if a large animal is a little too intimidating, then we can work with the smaller ones or with some of the other livestock.
Right. Yeah.
And to have basically 60 service animals at your disposal, our animals are phenomenal. I get more questions of people that ask me like, hey, is that horse sedated? Like, why is he so calm? Because we're at the gem show and we're at all these different events and our animals are just standing around crowds of people and they're just like, how do you get them? But our ranch is very busy, so they have that
interaction.
They have that interaction daily, and we're a 7-day-a-week operation, so they literally have human interaction every single day.
Right. It must be a lot of work too. I mean,
well, it is.
It's a lot of animals.
Yeah,
it's a lot of poop.
Yeah,
right.
That's the most glamorous job on the ranch.
I have done that job.
Is the mucking.
That's the main job of your board of directors, right?
Well, no. Not at all. Actually, my board of directors is phenomenal. Like Ron's one of our board of directors. I've got Shane Travis with Camco. My wife is actually the chairman of the board, so I actually literally work for my wife. Doesn't everyone in this room?
Right.
But I've got a CPA, Tom Friesian. So he's our treasurer. Jessica Willis with Trail Dust Town. Okay. She's our secretary. We've got McCall with the Queen of the Rocks lady. She's very much one of our TRAK hustlers, and she's constantly promoting and just pushing the mission forward. So my board does a lot of work behind the snes. I ask quite a bit of them. Are you just about ready to sign up for that? You were telling me that you're thinking.
I'm almost
you're,
there.
You're
man.
thinking that you're there.
I
so
am almost there.
Let's start doing some push-ups, Will.
Right?
You got to get
Good.
ready for this.
Okay.
Oh man.
So I have a question, a real practical one. So I mean, we're hopefully thousands of people are listening to us right now, and maybe they know someone who, like, man, I'm thinking of this person. This sounds exactly like the therapy that my kiddo, my friend needs. What is like the easiest direct way to like start to finish, like get involved, get to be a part of what you're doing there at TRAK?
Our family membership. Our family membership is $120 annually for the whole family, and it allows you access to the ranch from 7 to 11 and from 4 to 6. That's 7 days a week. We set it at that time because that's the time that all of the shift work happens, the mucking happens, the feeding happens, collecting of the eggs, the turning out of the horses, all of those things. So those family memberships are literally the gateway into the other programming.
Okay.
With that membership, you get discounts and early registration for our camps, for birthday parties, for any other events that we do. And just kind of like a quick little kind of, I don't know, I guess a child that started in our program, she came to a birthday party, and she really had a connection with the animals. The family got a membership, and she was younger then. Then COVID happened a couple of years later. They kind of lost track, pardon the pun. And she was kind of struggling, had kind of just dipped out of all of her friends socially. COVID really changed the scope of a lot of these kids. Didn't get to graduate with normal graduations. Going to college was kind of online for a couple of years, my daughter included. So it really kind of just changed their perspective socially. And this young lady, she was struggling. And Mom remembered, hey, the connection that she had at TRAK. Well, brought her back in, got the membership again. So she started volunteering and getting out of the house. She was being homeschooled, so she was really getting no social interaction, right? And we all know this kid. It's the kid next door. It's our own kid. It's your friend's kid. Everybody knows a child like this. She started coming in, started getting engaged with the horses, and then started volunteering, helping me go out to events and doing stuff like that. Well, we just hired her 2 weeks ago to start helping with spring break. We had spring break camp running.
Sure.
It's actually running this week as well. And so this is kind of what we do. A lot of the kids that we hire and come, it's their first job. And it kind of just gives them some traction and some confidence and reconnects them back into the social world, reconnects them back to people, being able to look somebody in the eye and not send them a text while they're sitting in the same room because they can't talk to them.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And she's just the brightest, bubbliest, smiliest kid that you've ever come across. It just changed her from being in this dark, gloomy perspective, depressed, non-engaged to now, she's helping out with the spring break camp, and she's bubbly and helping out with the events. And hi, Scott, good morning. She's just that. It brought her back. It was like all of a sudden, Mom's over there just bawling, like, what? I wish I would have done this sooner. You just saved my daughter's life. I'm like, well, I didn't save her life. It wasn't me. It was just getting connected back to the ranch, and 3,000 kids a year we've had, and we did kind of like some rough numbers because we've been in business for 18 years, coming on 19.
Wow.
And we kind of calculated on a rough average about 70,000 kids in 18 years of business come through that place, and so it works. It's like that non-traditional therapy. It is fantastic for kids. It gives them the problem-solving skills and the engagement and stuff that they really are just not getting at our public schools. They're not getting from the telephone. Both parents are working and have careers. We're in a technical society. Yeah. All of these kids are smarter than a whip with practical knowledge. I mean, with
technical,
with technical knowledge.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the practical knowledge, it's not there.
I know it's a
just-
handshake, it's a
it's-
smile, it's an eye to
just
eye.
not there.
I know.
And men, you just watch that growth when they first come in. They just take off, and it's so great to watch.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. All right. Well, we got 1 minute left here, Scott. So let's
Let's wrap
tell
it
us. Yeah, tell us what Give us your final thoughts here.
Well, my final thoughts are: hey, just join us for that breakfast, the Power Hour breakfast at the Gap Ministries at the Miracle Center. Just invite everybody out there. It is Giving Tuesday. You can get $1 for $1 off your Arizona state taxes, and if you've already done your taxes, you can do the big beautiful bill that came out. Families are going to be allowed to deduct up to $2,000 for 2026.
Awesome.
So if you've already done your taxes and you want to do something for 2026 right now, for the Giving Tuesday, it's a phenomenal time to do that. You can get $2,000, dollar for dollar off of your taxes. That's what I can say. Thank you, guys.
Right.
Thank you.
That is awesome. All right. Well, Scott, as always, it's been great having you here. Love TRAK Ranch. And
Thank you, buddy.
And we'll be right back.
Life is all about change and growth. You grow from renting to buying, your kids grow from toddling to driving, and then you grow from working to retiring. Is your insurance agent growing through life with you? I'm your local Allstate agent, Brittany Gutman. My team and I can help you navigate all those changes through home, auto, and life insurance. You're in good hands with the Brittany Gutman Allstate Insurance family. Call me at 520-797-7811 or email bgutman@allstate.com.
Hey Tucson, why do we accept pain as normal just because we're over 40? Nearly 8 out of 10 Americans suffer with back pain. At Wellness Chiropractic, we help people after car accidents with chronic neck and back pain, numbness tingling down the arms. If you're like me, you like to spend time outside with the family, hiking, biking, everything. Don't let that pain stop you. Wellness Chiropractic, we help that body move better so you can be the better version of yourself.
I've had water and mold damage in my house twice. Both times I freaked out, but I called Steamy Concepts right away. If anyone tries to tell you to use someone else, just say no way and call Steamy today.
About a year ago, we had a flood in our kitchen, and we didn't think to call anyone else but Steamy Concepts. They were very professional, and we really enjoyed working with Steamy Concepts.
Steamy Concepts accepts all homeowners insurance. Call Steamy today or go to steamyconcepts.com.
In Marana, community isn't just where we live, it's who we are. And at the heart of it all is the Marana Chamber of Commerce. We are building a thriving community through connected business leadership. We start the month bright and early with Marana Mornings, sparking real conversations and connections. We celebrate growing networks at our 4th Tuesday mixers, hosted in exciting spaces. We unite visionaries and leaders at Impact Marana, driving meaningful progress together. We look ahead with Marana Insights, hearing directly from regional voices about what's next for our town. And we serve, through the passion of our board of directors and ambassadors, creating a culture of belonging through service and leadership. Because of our members, we're not just doing more, we're becoming more. Together, we're shaping the future of Marana. We are the Marana Chamber of Commerce.
And we are back. That was a great interview, huh, Doc?
That was a fun interview. I mean, I love animals, so it makes it easy.
Yeah, it is. Why don't you introduce our new guest?
All right. So we have with us today Mr. Anthony Dunham. Now, thank you and welcome to our show today.
Thank you.
I'm Dr. Joe Utash filling in for Mr. Ron Arenas. He's triple booked today. And so we'll do our best to fill his shoes, his white tennis shoes that I often see him wearing.
And his shorts. Don't forget the shorts.
And the cargo shorts.
Yes,
Ron's not Ron without the cargo shorts.
Right.
So when I was doing my research for this, I was very pleasantly surprised to see, hey, I'm meeting with a potential candidate for our state legislation. Is that right?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
All right. And we have a self-proclaimed Christian conservative in Southern Arizona. We have someone who, as I was going through some of the points on your website, looking for a secure border, some, family safety for families and for kids, which, as a dad of 2 kids, that's darn important to me. And just I want to hear what you have to say, why you're running. I mean, does not seem like an easy world or easy place to be a strong Christian conservative.
No, it's certainly not. As far as the why goes, it was made clear to me that this is the time to do it. So I am a disabled veteran, and when I medically retired from my law enforcement job in 2022, I basically prayed about direction and what I was supposed to do. Got some of my disability things figured out, straightened out, been basically like semi-retired for the last few years. But last fall was getting into the swing of things, was volunteering at my kids' schools, was just doing everything I could to help out there. And then kind of the door was opened up when Charlie Kirk got assassinated last September. That was the door that it kind of made clear to me the Lord was closing one door and opening this door. So I got a hold of the appropriate people, began to talk to some people, and it became very clear that this door was rapidly opening up. So I'm not a career politician. I'm not a guy that's been doing this for a long time. But I think that's what we need right now. I think people are tired of the same old kind of globalist establishment type of people, failed promises, working in the bureaucratic system. Right as he was leaving, your last guest, Scott, just talked about the bureaucracy and all of that stuff that's involved in trying to have progress in our private lives. And so it was just the right time. I got really moved by the fact of what Charlie would do. He was basically about 9 years my junior, but the fact that he would stand up and vocalize what he believed in and what he believed was right. I could no longer sit back and tell my kids to be a voice in this world and then do nothing about it.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, absolutely. So LD17, can you just give us a little brief what area that covers?
Yeah, so it covers, the main parts of it start in Vail, just north of Del Lago, goes all the way north up into Summer Haven, the top of Mount Lemmon, then works its way all the way along that west, out into most of Marana and Oro Valley, and then trickles up into 5 little small precincts in Pinal County. And then on the east side, we've got, like I said, most of Vail there. We cover Rita Ranch, just north of Rita Ranch, and a bunch of that stuff going north and then west and up into.
It's a pretty large area.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's a big geographically big district for sure.
Yeah. No, absolutely. So, what are some of the challenges that you see going on in that district? What are things that you look to focus on for your district?
Well, right now, I think a lot of Americans and most Americans are focused on affordability. One of the main things that I've noticed is that when Katie Hobbs took office, we were 4th in job growth in the nation as a state. We are now 42nd, so we have dropped 38 spots under her tenure or whatever you want to call it, and that affects the affordability thing. You just had that conversation with Scott about he's going down to deal with the bureaucracy, right, to try to help his ministry or business and ranch, and so Scott's dealing with that. Those are the type of things that kill affordability, bureaucracy. Regulations. I like when the president talks about for every new regulation the federal government starts, they're going to eliminate 4 regulations. We need to do that kind of stuff in Arizona. So affordability, child safety is huge for me. I have 3 kids, all school age, from high school all the way down to elementary school. So definitely child safety. And I think another big one is the interference with law enforcement. They're getting tired of that as well. Like, let law enforcement do their constitutionally ordained job.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. When it comes to the kiddos, we are kind of in a unique situation where we are homeschooling. And so I'm not the expert in this by any means. My wife has really taken the full reign on this, but we've been homeschooling for the last, I guess now it's been like 5 years. And we're part of different homeschool groups and whatnot. And that ESA money has made a big difference in our lives. So, if you want to just kind of touch on that, some options that people have and why you feel that choice is important.
Well, I think Arizona should lead the way in school choice, period. There shouldn't be any question about it. I'm completely 100% for the ESA program. As a matter of fact, I think, don't quote me on this, but I think the current number is it's it's funded at 85% per student as to what it would cost to put that student into public school.
Oh, so
I want
it
to
is
know,
less. It's
I want to
less.
know why it's not a 1-for-1.
Yeah.
Right? That's my thing. I think we need to fund them more. The other side, the left is saying, well, we don't need to fund ESAs because there's major fraud going on. That's not true. It's less than 3% of cases that we have found with ESA are actually fraudulent cases. So 97% or right around 97% are legitimate. And I think we need to protect ESAs. I think parents should have the choice as to where their children go to school, how their children get educated. And by and large, government needs to stay out of it.
So this is a tough, tricky question. I'm not necessarily all for more regulation. I don't think any of us are here. How do we make sure that everyone is getting educated? And do you think, is there such thing as a standardized test? And what are those standardized tests? What should we be looking for when our kids become adults? Like, what are we hoping to have instilled in them so that way they become the next better generation?
Yeah, I think, as far as standardized testing goes, I don't think it's all bad, but I don't think it's all necessary either. The numbers have shown over the last 30 years that homeschooling kids actually usually end up better academically as adults than the normal public school kids do. So I don't think there's really any question or debate, at least not in my mind and on my side of things, as far as like, is homeschooling meeting the standard? I think it's exceeding the standard. And I think that is something that could be patterned after. We all have heard the basic definition of insanity, trying the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. We've done that in education, right? The Department of Education, when Linda McMahon took over, a large part of her job was to basically tear it down to the base and let's rebuild and look at how we can actually do this effectively. And, she's done that. And I think that that's a good thing because public school wise, we were really struggling. So I don't think it's a question of, and we have struggled for a long time in public schools. I don't think it's a question of, is homeschooling educating our kids? It's a question of opportunity. Are we giving parents, is the government staying out of it and giving parents the opportunity to raise their kids instead of the government raising their kids?
And just the opportunity. That's all I'm looking for. And is there an out that we can do? And again, no one has my kids' best interests in mind more than my wife and I, right?
Nobody.
And we jokingly always say when people are like, "Oh, you guys are homeschooling?" I'm like, "Yeah, if someone's going to brainwash my kids, it's going to be me."
That's right.
Yeah, no, absolutely, yeah. Us growing up, that homeschooling really wasn't a thing.
Yeah, it was not the same, and quite frankly, the technology has really actually made it a lot easier. And then the technology also with the communication. And so now it can set you up. Like my church, when I was growing up, they had like a homeschool group that met there. This is back in the, 90s. But nowadays, man, just in Tucson alone, there are so many different groups. Right. Like my kids will actually go 2 days a week, 5 hours a day to this one group. And that way they get some of that social interaction. They teach like 3 lessons there. And then, we can teach certain lessons at our house. And, they're doing drums with that ESA money. So they're getting band and that type of thing. There's homeschool gym classes, but my kids are in swimming. So, they're constantly getting physical activity. It's time consuming. And again, this is my wife. This is not me. I play 0.5% of it. But I really see, when on these swim teams and on these different organizations, our kids are still able to look people in the eye and shake their hands and still have communication. And I think it really, schooling always goes kind of back up to the parents, right?
Yeah. And it should. That should be. I was thinking about this on the way in, talking about schools and the ESAs. It is a parent's job, not should be. It is a parent's job to instill the values and to teach the values that they want in their kids, right? For most of us, that's conservative Christian values we want to teach and instill into our children, right? The school's job should be to support that and reinforce that, not teach values that are opposite or values at all. So, your teachers shouldn't have to deal with teaching a child to be respectful and look somebody in the eye and raise their hand and sit still in their seat and do these kind of things, right? That should be taught at home. But also the whole thing about, now we've got schools even confused about basic human biology. They're not confused about it. That's called indoctrination. They know what basic human biology is.
Boys' restroom and girls' restroom.
Right. They know boys and girls are different. Even Mr. Rogers knew that 40 years ago. Right. And he was no, bastion of conservatism. But I'm just saying, like, it's an issue of allowing parents to be parents and keeping the government out of it. And obviously, as a conservative, I'm a small government candidate, and I believe that fully. So ESAs need to be fully supported. Arizona needs to lead the country in school choice options and allowing parents to instill the values into the children that they want. And where their kids go to school, parents should be in charge of education.
I think it's great, and with the free market that we have, I mean, sometimes a public school is the best option at the time for a parent, and that's great. And and then again, if we are running our public schools that way, then hey, let's step it up. Like we're going to see very quickly. I'm a chiropractor, so which chiropractor? There's 1,000 here in Tucson. Which one do you want to go to? And so it's based on who's doing a great job. And it's I like that idea is who's doing a great job, and then we can kind of pick and choose from there.
Yeah, all right. Well, look, we need to take a really quick commercial break here, and we will be back, and we'll talk a little bit more, get to know a little bit more about Anthony, his personal life. Let's
do it.
All right, we'll be right back.
Estrella Insurance on Irvington Road will help you with all your insurance needs. If you feel like you have a hard case due to a moving violation, a DUI, a suspended license or car accident, contact us and come to Estrella Insurance on Irvington Road and get a quote today. Open late hours y hablamos español. Estrella Insurance, an agency you can trust.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
Spring is in the air and our warm temperatures are about to turn hot. Now is the time to take advantage of pre-summer savings before the hot summer weather. Picturock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing is offering 5-year, no-interest financing on the installation of green HVAC systems, OAC. Call now for your free estimate, 520-492-0748, or make your appointment online at picturockscooling.com.
Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
Piper Family Painting. We believe great paint does more than just change a color. It protects a home and the people inside of it. From careful prep to the final coat, our team shows up with pride, precision, and respect for your property. We don't rush. We don't cut corners. We paint it like it's our own home because in this Tucson community, it is. Piper Family Painting, bringing new colors to the Old West.
Therapeutic Ranch for Animals and Kids is an inclusive community empowered and united by the strength of the human-animal bond.
It taught me responsibility. It taught me kindness and social interaction.
We have programs for every member of our community.
I love TRAK because I have 2 daughters. We come out here and get all of our energy out.
TRAK is my home away from home.
You can make a donation or even become a monthly donor.
Thank you for supporting TRAK, Tucson's Ranch. We hope to see you here soon.
All right, we are back here with Southwest Flavor. Don't forget, you could catch us every Tuesday and Thursday here on Live the Dream Media Network at 9 a.m. following the Chris Damone morning show. All right, so we're talking right now to congressional candidate Dunham. Tell us a little bit about your background. What brought you here? How did you get here?
Okay, so I was born and raised in Syracuse, New York, up in the middle of New York State. So if you've ever seen New York and you put your finger smack dab in the middle, you're on Syracuse. It's situated right between 3 Finger Lakes. And so if you know anything about lake effect weather, it's weather on steroids. It comes hot, it comes fast, it comes furious. So we got a boatload of snow every year. But when I was 17 years old, I joined the Army, went off to basic training, and my parents relocated out here. My dad started a church out in Vail. He started a Baptist church out in Vail, pastored there for 13 years, from 2004 to 2017. And I moved out permanently out here to Tucson after my Army time and some time in college. I moved out in 2011. So in 2011, I came out here. I've been out here ever since in southern Arizona. I worked in the Federal Bureau of Prisons for almost a decade, but while I was in the Army, I was deployed to Iraq to an Operation Iraqi Freedom 3 and broke my back. Took the VA about 18 years to fix it, and when they fixed it, it caused me to not be able to work anymore full-time. So I had to medically retire and move on with my life. So I did that in 2022. So I've got almost a decade working in federal law enforcement as well as I was ordained and bivocational in ministry here in Southern Arizona for, I don't know, 7 or 8 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about the family life?
So I'm divorced, but I'm a dad with 3 kids. They range in age. It's hard to say, from ages 8 to 16.
Okay.
So if you have a 16-year-old that's starting to drive, I pray for you here in Tucson every day. I know the experience. Kids are great. They're school-age kids. They are in Val school districts. They go to the public schools out there. But, so I've been volunteering in the community for many, many years, been involved in veteran nonprofit organizations, been involved in veteran causes, been involved in my church community for pretty much my entire adult life, volunteering in that aspect. So, that's a little bit about my background.
Very cool. So 3 kids. I also have an 8-year-old. I'm not sure what your middle one is, but
8, 9, and 16.
Okay, yeah. I'm not at 16 yet, but that is scary. We just a week and a half ago had a 16-year-old run through our gate at our house in the middle of the night, and I was like, oh man, I can't wait till my daughter turns 16 and starts driving. I feel that as I saw this kiddo come through our gate and ambulance were called and all that kind of stuff. So again, we were talking about how kind of you transitioned into, you felt called and led to kind of run and with the Charlie Kirk thing and tell me, like, if there's, there's like probably 4 or 5 points on your website right now, but what are the top 1 or 2 issues that, like, if you see that change in your time with our government, what would be the biggest win for you?
The most important thing to me is I am pro-life for the whole life. And what that means is after a child and a human being is born, we don't stop protecting them, right? If we're willing to protect our politicians and our banks and our venues, like sporting venues and things with guns, why are we not willing to protect our children with them? And the first bill I ever want to run, it will be the very first bill I run, is what I've called the Arizona Students Protection Act, and it will call for and fund to have an armed, trained police officer on every school campus in Arizona. So let's be proactive in protecting our students rather than reactive. The problem we run into is when tragedy strikes on a school campus of any sort or size or at any grade level, our leadership is very reactive, right? If only we could have seen this coming, if we could have done more. And I'm not saying that those aren't conversations we need to have, but why are we not being proactive in protecting our students? They are the future of Arizona.
I agree. Where are we at with that? I thought I heard of some officers being involved in some schools right now. Is that a thing, or where are we at with that?
So let me just give you a personal life example. So my daughter is a freshman in high school. When she was in her 8th grade year, her last year of middle school, the last semester, another student brought a loaded pistol to school in his backpack. Okay, now, thankfully, it was recovered by the staff without incident. Nobody was harmed. The student was arrested. It was dealt with appropriately, and we're all thanking the Lord for that. However, they have a school resource officer assigned to the Peña County Sheriff's Department. This is not a personal dig on him. He's a great guy. I know him. I think he's phenomenal, but he's just got too many things going on, right? He's in the Peña County Sheriff's Department. He's got 3 or 4 responsibilities within the Sheriff's Department. He's got like 3 schools that he's supposed to be, 3 or 4 schools that he's supposed to be the SRO for. So even if he was working his SRO duties on that particular day, there's no guarantee he would have been at that middle school, right? So to me, that's kind of putting a Band-Aid on the problem. We're like, okay, yeah, we have SROs. Let's put a Band-Aid on it. But he's got 4 schools. Why do we not have an SRO assigned to every single school? Right? So thankfully that situation ended because the administration acted appropriately and quickly and got the situation dealt with without tragedy. But how many times is that not the case? Too many times is the bottom line. Yeah. And so why are we not being serious about being proactive in protecting our students? SRO should be your only job. It shouldn't be, well, I've got 3 or other jobs within the department. No. Yeah. This is your job. Your job full-time is to protect our students.
Kids. Yep.
Yeah. Do you see this as also kind of a budgeting problem? Are they not putting enough emphasis on the budget to pay for something like this?
Currently, 50% of the state's budget goes to education. That's in the state constitution. So, in fiscal year 2025, that was $16 billion that went toward education. And that's just from the state of Arizona alone. That's not counting federal funds and other types of funds that come in for education. So I don't believe, I haven't seen all of the numbers because I'm not in office yet, but I don't believe it's a funding problem. I believe The funds are there. It can be easily funded appropriately without causing the state financial harm. But I think it's a worthy investment.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So we got about a minute and a half left here. Anthony, open mic for you, man. Let us know what do you need? How can we help?
So, so I was just explaining to Dr. Joe a little bit before we came back on the air here after the last break. So, each state legislator candidate has to get a certain number of signatures. For us, that was 676 at the legislative level. I submitted just this past Monday to the Secretary of State's office more than 1,500 signatures. Actually, I submitted them on Monday, got home on Tuesday, or got back on Monday. Tuesday morning, I received an email that said they found an additional 8 signatures in my favor. So I didn't even submit as many as I thought I had submitted. But anyway, so I submitted well over 1,500 signatures to get on the ballot. Now I'm on the ballot. I do have a primary opponent on the Republican side. So our primary is July 21st. And so I just would direct people to my website. The main thing is I kind of pride myself on not being an establishment guy. This is my first time running in politics. I'm not a career politician. What that means for me is I'm not taking money from special interest groups. I'm not taking it from lobbyists. I'm not taking it from the establishment political machines. This seat belongs to LD17, and it needs to stay in the hands of LD17. And what that means is you don't sell it out to lobbyists. You don't sell it out to big pharma. You don't sell it out to special interest groups. We, the people, run the government. We, the people, should own the seats, and the people should maintain the seats. And so what that means, though, is the ugly side of politics is we need money, right? Yeah. Because I'm not going to take the money from the special interest groups, because I'm not going to take them from the lobbyists. I need people to donate, to say, hey, this is a campaign fueled by the people. This is a seat for the people. So if we're going to maintain it, or if we're going to own it, we should maintain it, and we need to pay for it.
And where can we donate?
You can go to my website, Dunham4, the word for F-O-R, Dunham4Arizona.com. You can donate there. You can check me out on Facebook, Dunham for State Senate on Facebook. Go ahead and follow along. Okay. On there. There'll be opportunities. I also post every time I'm going to do a live event. I'll be in the community tomorrow doing something. I've got a bunch of stuff coming up in April that I'm going to be doing, speaking at events and being different places. But the main thing right now is just get behind our campaign. I meet with constituents just about every week. There's a phone number on my website and my Facebook page. Feel free to text me, leave me a voicemail. I will reach out to you. Awesome. I will sit down, have a phone conversation with you. We can have coffee, because I want to know the issues that are important to the community, not the issues that are talking points for politicians. What's important to the community.
Okay. Awesome. Well, that is great. We wish you tremendous success, and hopefully that you could be leading that district here soon.
Thank you. Yeah, I hope so.
All right, Dr. Joe, that's a wrap, buddy.
That's a wrap. That was a great show. Thank you very much again for joining us there, Anthony. And we look forward to seeing you kind of going through the hurdles and the challenges as you go through here.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So Ron will be back on Tuesday, and make sure you show him some love. We will